This is an interesting note in my case because I was thinking for today Andrei Pleșu, and his essays, and then I thought Carver, Raymond Carver. I just finished, and I was about to talk about some of his letters and messages which come near the end of his collected stories, the form I've been listening to. But I leave this for later because I've just finished. I've seen Butterflies Are Free, and this is a fabulous work, adapted for television. But I'm sure I'm not sure of this as of anything that the original is extraordinary. The dialogue cannot be better on screen than on paper or on stage. There is an important contribution from the actors. It's three I'm thinking of. Ralph can be included, but he's just, if not cameo, anyway, a presence which is only for a few minutes on screen. So we have Goldie Hawn in top form. She made me think of the other movie wherein she plays a lover of Walter Matthau, and I think she was not just nominated for the part, I think she won the Academy Award, perhaps the Golden Globe, and she's excellent here. The same thing goes for the actor. I think I've read that he was nominated for Best Newcomer. Golden Globes had that, or some other festival or critic association. And it's about a man who is blind, and we, or at least Goldie Hawn, her character, don't know about it until a good few minutes into the film. So what happens is this: she moves in this place. She sees a man who is looking at her. That's what she thinks. They're neighbors. They hear each other through the connecting door, which is closed to begin with. She comes in and they start talking, and after a while she is shocked to find that he's blind. So this is about blindness. Among the themes are discrimination, disability, hedonic adaptation, the ones I've seen and had an impact on me. Love conquers all, indeed. I was also thinking of the honeymoon effect. Let me try and see if I can put some order into this. Overwhelming, extraordinary film. It's fabulous. I'm so happy I saw it finally, because I was in between watching this, which didn't fit my schedule well, and placing something on a DVD player, which is scenes from a marriage, by the way, Bergman. I did see a story of love between young people in the hippie age, liberal, enthusiastic, and then something else about people who are middle-aged, have different other issues, complex, infighting, psychoanalysis, baggage, and the divorce papers, and a way more complex and darker view here with scenes from a marriage. Still a wonderful movie, another extraordinary masterpiece. And returning, we have a completely different perspective watching this film, which has so much humor in it, and wisecracks, and intelligence, and wisdom, and worthwhile themes. It's divine, fabulous, really. it's an issue of, well, he doesn't see, but he doesn't see things. Even if he's used in his room, he can find his way. But he sees so well what really matters. We have a conflict at one point, an issue. I will not, no spoiler alert, I will not say what happens. The fact is, I was wondering at different stages what will happen next. Even if they stay together or they don't, it's a question. He sees, he says, look, you don't see, you're afraid to engage in a relationship. And indeed, there is a question if they are good for each other, if it's a good match, not because he's blind and she can see and he's supposedly difficult to be with, to help, not that. In fact, one of the shocking results coming out of this film is that he sees better. I would say that again. What is important, not the snow outside and the rest, but what really matters, what should happen. He can see that she's not really involved with this Ralph. She doesn't love him and she's afraid and so on. She's also afraid to disappoint him. There's a talk between Goldie Hawn and the character played excellently by an actress, the mother of the blind young man. And there's so much to talk about that I'm thinking I will need another note on this extraordinary film. And as I said, I'm still wondering if they're a good match, because he's well educated, he knows literature, he's read books. On the other side, on the other hand, she doesn't really know like anything. Yes, she's been out. She's 19, but she's already divorced. Her marriage lasted only 6 days. In the 7th day, she rested, as the mother jokes. She's very sarcastic and has some good points though there. She doesn't want her son to be hurt. And she did see things, and she's indeed compensating with an enthusiasm, broad mind, a good EQ, emotional intelligence factor, and so much more. Maybe some grit, but otherwise I'm still thinking. She says Mark Twain had this quote on "Butterflies Are Free," which is the title. But it's not Mark Twain, and he tells her, and he says it's Dickens, and she says, I didn't even read Mark Twain. She hasn't read anything, it looks like. So I'm wondering for the long term. But I should be more youthful, as they are, and optimistic and enthusiastic. Perhaps I will need a new note.